Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we have a very exciting video because I'm going to be turning this space behind me that you can barely see because of Onyx into my dream reading nook. I have a cozy reading chair to add, I have a little bookshelf for my TBR to build, and some floating bookshelves to install, and it's going to turn out so cute, so let's get into it. Okay, let's start out by building a new bookshelf. This is also a lamp, so it's going to be like my little lighting system here for when I'm reading in the dark too. Now this is super special because my friend is also my loan agent for when we were buying the house, and her fiance was our real estate agent, and they gave us the most generous closing gift, including this little bookshelf that she said would be perfect for my TBR, so that's what I'm going to use it for. It's going to be my monthly TBR that I'll keep here in my little reading nook. Again, it's my lamp too, and I'm so excited. It's such a cute little shelf, so let's go ahead and build this one. If you've watched some of my recent videos, you know I've been building a lot of bookcases recently. I just got my dream Billy bookcase set up as well, so I feel like this one's gonna be a breeze, but we'll see. I might take that back. There's a lot of pieces here and a lot of parts, but I'm confident. I feel like I got this. I'm currently baking that same friend a loaf of sourdough bread, and it's in the oven for the next 25 minutes before I do the next step, so I'm like kind of a race against time. Can I finish building this in that amount of time? I just opened this. I forgot she included this too. She included this adorable TBR road, like a road sign that I'm gonna put on the shelf because it's my monthly TBR shelf. So cute. I completely forgot about that. That's such an adorable touch. Okay, lots of parts. Buddy. I've got my helper with me today who is very much not helpful, but he loves being involved whenever I'm building anything. Got the first pieces lined up. Onyx is here to help. So also fun fact, if you've seen my other videos about building, I don't remember which video it was, but one of the new bookcase videos I posted, I got a call while I was in the middle of recording, and in the video I got asked to be this friend's bridesmaid. She's getting married in about a year or a little over a year, and so I'm so excited for that. And today, as I'm recording this, we're actually going to be filming our next podcast episode. This is one of my friends that I do my Books and Bubbles podcast with. Such a fun connection that I have, and the house that we just moved into is a whole lot closer. So we used to be about like 50 minutes away from her and her fiance, and now we're only 20 minutes. So it's so nice that we live closer, going to be able to spend more time, especially in this new exciting phase of her life where she's wedding planning. So I'm super excited about that. Just finished step number 1, and so wow, okay, leveling up here. So for reference, this is step number 1. We're just putting 2 screws into a board. Look at the jump between that and step number 2. That's insane, but you know what? I got this. Wow. That's a lot. Okay. Thankfully, they grouped all of these together. These are all the same part, and this is most of the pieces that I need. Okay, so it looks like at this point I'm building the actual tree structure, so I'm doing a whole bunch of these in a row, back and forth, basically to build that structure. So it doesn't seem too hard actually, it's just a lot. I'm surprised they combined all that into one step, but that's okay. So fun fact, I'll just keep yapping while I build this, but this friend who gifted me this, who's getting married now, I've actually known her since high school. I think our very first class was actually freshman year English class, and we had a few other classes together as well. We were both in a bunch of honors classes, so we knew each other in high school. We weren't the closest in high school, but when we got to college, both of our first class, at least it was my first class, I think it was hers too, was biology 111, I think was the number. It was intro biology if you had a science-ish background. And I remember I sat down at the very top of this giant lecture hall, my first university class, so intimidated, and I spotted in the middle of class my friend Paige that I knew from high school, way farther down. And so I was little shy me. I was you know what? I should go down there and talk to her. And then I'm so introverted, so I was maybe I just won't. I don't know, maybe I won't. But I ended up actually doing it, which I'm really proud of myself. It's not scary. This is just me with social anxiety. And went down and talked to her, and we became friends and sat with each other throughout that entire class. We had a bunch of other classes together in college too. We were both going into medical related fields at the time. So I was doing a pre-med situation. She was doing pre-PA, so physician's assistant. And we both stuck with that for a number of years and both fell out of that science field at different timelines. But we both worked for this allergy and asthma doctor that kind of made us both realize, again, different timelines. I took a good maybe 2 years after that to fully realize I didn't want to be in that field, but just certain things made us realize we didn't want to be in that field, and now we both do things completely unrelated. But she was definitely my closest friend in college, and so it's special to be like reconnecting with her. Okay, I've fully installed the first two pieces incorrectly to some degree. It doesn't really like clarify very well which sides to face these because there's like a million different ways to install them, but I think I have it figured out now, so hopefully I don't keep making the same mistakes. Yeah, we lost touch for a little bit there, completely my fault, but I'm just happy we are kind of reunited and back to being really good friends. And this podcast that we've been doing is so much fun. We are talking about Elisa Jewell book today, and I absolutely can't wait to discuss it. It's her newest book, Don't Let Him In, and it is the most unhinged and fun thriller I've read of hers so far, so I'm super excited for this. I just did it wrong again. I like double checked this one too. This is a very confusing build. Like the IKEA bookshelves were a lot more straightforward actually, which I thought would be the opposite, but this is really not that bad and it's not too hard to undo. I just really wish that this wasn't this type of tool. Like if I could use my electric drill for this, it'd make it so much easier so I didn't have to sit here and hand screw all of these. Okay, I'm just attaching what I was doing with part 2 to like the first step now, and then I'm finally done with step number 2. This one took forever. I already know my sourdough is about to beep soon, so I'm gonna have to go deal with that in between, but that's okay. I think there's like 12 steps, so this actually might be a pretty long build for me. I have a bunch of errands to run today too, so I think I still have time to do all this. I'm gonna hope this step was the longest, especially with how many mistakes I made. Like hopefully I can not keep making that many mistakes in the future. Okay, on to step number 3. Also has a bunch of pieces. It actually has none of this, so this just goes off to the side for now. Okay, here are my sourdough, so BRB. Okay, another 12 minutes until I have to take that out of the oven fully. Okay, this part actually doesn't use screwdriver, so I have to go grab that really quick. Now I can actually use my electric drill. Okay, now we're combining all of the things we just did with like a million of these screws that I can't use the electric drill on. 14 of them to be exact, so that's fun. Perfect. So this one says to tighten all of them to 20% and then do them all just to make sure everything aligns correctly, which makes it even more fun. Yeah, I tried. Not gonna work. Alright, my fingers hurt. That was a horrible step. I hated that and I never want to use this tool like ever again, but moving along. Okay, moving back to more steps I can use my drill for, so yay. Yay, I get to use the Allen wrench more. All right. I think we have ourselves a bookshelf. I just have to add the lampshade now. Actually, more than the lampshade, I have to add like the whole lamp system, which I've never done anything like this, so we'll see how that goes. It looks like I have to do some origami with this lampshade, which I don't really understand. Okay, I think I got it, but this step on here was so not clear at all. Like that, I'm surprised I managed that. I had a dumb moment where I forgot I would need a light bulb for this. So I'm probably gonna have to buy one at the store before I fully finish this. It looks like I could still put this lampshade on and then the light bulb would go screwed into it. Okay, she's looking cute. I'm gonna go see if I can find a light bulb, but I'm pretty sure we don't have any. Okay, so not 2 seconds after I turned off the camera, I found an entire box. I hope these are correct. I think it should be. It looks like a normal light bulb, so that's a score. I have no idea where these came from. Probably my husband. Sweet, okay. I'm gonna plug this in and see if it works. It's so cute. Okay, I'm obsessed. This is absolutely adorable. It actually is a pretty bright light, so I'm totally gonna be able to read next to this. I love it so much. Okay, my next step before the floating shelves is figuring out where exactly this and my chair are gonna go. That way I can see which wall space is blank for the floating shelf. So let's play with a couple orientations here. Okay, my first option is this in the corner with the chair right here. So we're gonna try that one out first. So I think I'll just scoot this into, I kind of like it on an angle. I feel like it's cutest, but let's see if the chair would fit with it there. Okay, that's looking adorable. Hold on. Okay, I love this. My only thought though is that this makes the chair and the bench stick out a little bit farther into the hallway. It's still enough to walk by, but I'm gonna try the other way because I think that might be cuter. And having the bookshelf fully in view might be cuter too, because right now it is behind the chair a little bit. Right here. And then chair right here. I'm very torn because I think I like this better in the corner, but I think this makes more sense for like the hallway, for the flow of the hallway. And it's still super cute. And then I'm like more at the window, which is probably better anyway. So I think this is gonna be the way I go. So this is what we're working with. Let me know which one you guys liked better. Again, I kind of like the look of the other one. I'm gonna switch it back one more time. So this is the other one. I angled the chair a little bit more, which would make it a bit easier to still maneuver the hallway, but I think that I have to go the other one. When it's angled like this, I don't like the look of it. I liked it better straight, and then I just don't like it obstructing the hallway that much. Although I do love the little lamp in the corner, but I think it's got to go the other way. Okay, I think this is the final look. I think this is the cutest. I'm happy with it, and then I'm just gonna kind of figure out where I want those floating shelves up there. Okay, I accidentally turned the camera off instead of starting it, but basically I have a dilemma. I don't want to put any right on top of this because it blocks off a lot of the light. So I was thinking of doing staggered like this, 1, 2, 3. But I also kind of like the idea of it just being symmetrical, 1, 2, 3. And I'm not sure which would look better. Okay, I just put up this poll over on Instagram on my story, so I'm gonna go run some errands. I have a couple of grocery stores I need to head to, and when I get back, whatever has the most votes is what I'm gonna do. I think staggered looks a lot cuter, but I also have like no eye for design, so I just wanna make sure I'm making the right call before I completely drill into the wall. So I'll probably be back in like an hour and a half, and we will do our last step, which is our little floating shelves. How many times did you... Okay, we're back. I did have my husband help me with the first one because he was home and he offered some help. So I just have to do the other two now. These ones aren't built at all, so we have to do like the drills into the actual wood and then also into the wall. So let's get into it. I like panicked the other day when I was starting this again because I couldn't find more like screws or anything, but I realized that they're in each of these bags like with the frames that they go with. So just panicking for no reason, as per usual, anxiety. Couldn't be me. Okay, so I think I just drill in these little tiny screws into each piece of this, and then that should be it. Should be pretty straightforward. I'm gonna try to use my handy dandy drill guy here, but we'll see if that works. These screws are kind of small, so I don't know. Perfect. Oopsies. Okay, that's one. All right, shelf number 2 is ready to go. I just realized I need one of my phones to use as like a leveler, so I'm gonna have to stop the TikTok video for this, but I'm just going to set this where I want it. I'm definitely not measuring like the distance between them. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Gonna level it, mark it with a pencil, drill into the wall, put the little bracket thing in, and then drill the screw into it and see if I can do this by myself. This part scares me, but I feel like it's pretty foolproof. I just drill into the wall, but like I hate doing that, and I hate blindly drilling into the wall. We're just gonna hope I don't hit anything. Just meant to move this chair. Definitely gonna get all sorts of wall dust everywhere. And that one was definitely just drywall, so far so good. Okay, 3 of the 4 want to go through and the other one doesn't, so I'm just gonna stop. I feel like I only need 3 anyways, it should be fine. I don't know what I'm hitting for reference, it's just like harder than the drywall and the drill is not going through. So these aren't that heavy, and the books I'm gonna put on aren't that heavy either, so I feel like 3 of these should be fine. Shelf number 2 is up. I feel like that looks perfect. Don't mind my little lamp is just twisting. All right, we're on to the very last one, and then my reading nook is fully complete. I feel like it's looking so cute, and I'm so excited for this. It's gonna be kind of high up, but I feel like I want them to be somewhat even. So yeah, like right there. Yay! Okay, there we have it. I'm just gonna reset up my chair and everything, and we are all set. Okay, I will at a later time fill the bookshelves and stuff too, and also vacuum underneath. I know a bunch of dust fell from when I was drilling, but this is so cute. I love it so much. I know this looks uneven, but it's because there's no book here. So there, for reference, I feel like I spaced them pretty well and they look level, so I'm so happy. So here is the final result, sort of. Again, still have a little bit more to add, but I think it looks so cute. Thank you so much for watching this video. It's been so much fun to put together these videos of like rearranging my books and setting up my home library. Hope you guys have been enjoying them as well. Check out my channel for other videos like this as I've been building new bookshelves and organizing my books and everything. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.